All right, yes, ladies and gentlemen, lovely to see you again. It's Connor Rhodes from Slim Society, and today we are going to be looking at a study that came out last month, as you can see here on the screen if you are watching, about weight loss maintainers share their strategies for success. Over 6,000 study participants who had lost more than 50 pounds, a good amount, and kept the weight off for more than 3 years, offer their tips to succeed. As always, I'm here to help you with your health and happiness. This study came out last month showing when people succeed with their weight loss, what did these people, the people who had succeeded, they were asked what helped you the most. Listen to this advice. It's absolutely fantastic. If you are one of my 6 Steps to Slim members, please take this on board. If you are not, take this on board. This is going to help you succeed too. So this came out, as you can see, February the 9th this year. Source, California Polytech State University. Fantastic. Summary, the first large-scale study in which weight loss maintainers could self-identify. So they were asked and then answered how they felt about what had gone on. What helped them succeed reveals some secrets of how people lose weight and keep it off. Namely, and we're going to go more into this, persevering despite setbacks. This is the mindset. This is the important point of today's topic. Regularly looking back, this is another one, regularly looking back at what their life was like before the weight loss. So thinking about where they'd been and the fact that they didn't want to go back there and they knew what got them into that sticky situation that they've just clawed their way out of in the first place, remembering where you've been so you don't want to go back there, and then remaining focused on their health. That's absolutely great, isn't it? Moving on down, these findings published February the 9th in the Journal of Obesity Society, is the first large-scale study that allowed weight loss maintainers to identify in their own words what helped them succeed. The more than 6,000 participants were Weight Watchers members, not that that's the important bit, who had lost more than 50 pounds on average and kept it off for more than 3 years, which is absolutely fantastic if you can manage to do that. One of the most impressive findings was how weight loss maintainers described perseverance in the face of setbacks. Yes, said Suzanne Phelan, quite possibly, a professor at Cal's Polykinesiology and Public Health Department, who led the study. Weight loss maintainers saw setbacks as part of their successful journey. Setbacks were not described as failures. They were seen as temporary interruptions in the path. Many weight loss maintainers described getting back on track at the next meal or the next day, measuring overall success based on long-term goals. This is what we like to see, and this is what we like to hear, ladies and gentlemen. This is what I'm always trying to teach my members. This is what I'm always trying to teach you too. It's not about if it goes wrong when you're embarking on some kind of, not even only just fat loss or health or weight management sort of goal or journey, if you want to deem it like that, but really anything you choose to do in your life. If you took up any sort of sport or any hobby or any activity, or you go on any endeavor, or you're trying to change or achieve anything, if you expect from the get-go that it is going to go perfectly, and the first time anything goes wrong, you're going to throw the baby out the bathwater, you're going to kick the rattle out the pram and say, well, this always happens. Well, I just can't do this clearly, so I'm going to quit. Then you're right, it's a self-fulfilling prophecy, and you are never going to get there, and you are never going to make it, because setbacks are going to occur no matter what you do. It's like, imagine, maybe this is a terrible example for you, but imagine you took up basketball. I don't like basketball either. But do you think when you're practicing basketball that you're going to get it into the hoop every single time? Do you think so? Imagine you took up darts. Are you going to get it onto the number you want every single time? Take up golf. Are you going to even hit the ball every time? Is it going to go the direction you want every time? It's not going to go in the hole every time. If the first time it goes wrong with any of these endeavors, you just decide, oh, well, that's enough. I just can't take this. I'm just clearly awful. And then you just beat yourself up to the point that you quit. Then you're never going to get better, are you? You're just never going to get better at it. You need to allow yourself to practice. And that's what these people are saying here in this study. This is what I'm trying to constantly reaffirm to people, that what you're trying to do when you go on a weight loss sort of, let's use the word journey again, when you're trying to lose weight, when you're trying to improve your healthy eating, is you're just practicing healthy eating. And if you practice at anything, you shouldn't expect it to go perfectly. You should expect it to go wrong. That's actually how you learn, isn't it? If it goes perfectly, then, I mean, good, you would have achieved the goal by now, wouldn't you? But that's not happened to anybody ever. So sometimes there's going to be little screw-ups on the way. There's going to be obstacles. There's going to be setbacks. There's going to be, you know, things that get in the way. Life's going to get in the way. There's going to be stresses. There's going to be struggles. There just is. And you should expect these. You should prepare for these. And you can actually use these to bolster you forward, you know. If you're one of my 6 Steps to Slim members, they can check in with me anywhere up to every single day if they want to. And the post that they comment on is called the Win or Learn. Not win or lose, win or learn. This is the positive perspective that I'm trying to give you today. If you keep this perspective, you'll always be moving forward no matter what. So imagine a day where you eat healthy. You would check in with me or into the program, you know, and thinking, hey, I've eaten healthy. That's good. That's a win. Or maybe you went out for a walk, or maybe you did your exercises, or maybe you ate some good protein intake or something. Good. Write down your wins. If it didn't go well, though, well, we're not going to be a negative Nancy about it. We're not going to write down, oh, well, you're the worst person ever. Well, oh my God, I can't believe I did this. Well, actually, yes, you can, of course. Of course, you can believe that you ate a little bit too much food, can't you? Because it happens to us all, including me. Instead, we can try and learn from it rather than win or learn. Rather than try and win or lose, win or learn. If it goes wrong, assess why did it go wrong. There's only really two options. It was either your fault or it wasn't. If it wasn't your fault, well, you're off the hook. You know, if you assess why did I overeat, or why did I this, or why did I that, or why did my calorie intake go too high, or whatever it is, why did I stray from the plan, whatever that may be. If you can assess that it wasn't your fault, then you're off the hook. You can and should sleep well. Literally, because clearly there was nothing you could do. If there was something that you could do, well, then it's already gone in the past now. There's no point carrying that baggage around with you. You can let it go, but also we can learn from it to try and do better next time, can't we? Is it going to go perfectly every single time? No. Are you going to learn the lesson straight away? No. You have to just practice, don't you? One of my 6 Steps to Slim members literally messaged me about this earlier. She said something along the lines of, I eat well for a few days. You know, she actually said I eat well for a good few days. So that doesn't sound like 1 or 2. She's not like I eat well for a day, or I eat well for 2 days, or anything like this. She said I eat well for a good few days, and then I screw it all up by overeating for a day or 2. And I thought, well, that sounds pretty good to me, don't you? Imagine if you weren't eating healthy at all. You were having no healthy eating days, and then you start trying to eat healthy. And then you start eating healthy for a good few days before you go back to unhealthy eating for a day or 2. And then you do a good few days, and then you go back to unhealthy for a day. This is better than no healthy food at all, isn't it? Is it undoing some of your low-calorie days when you go back on those overeating days? Okay, maybe a little bit, but does that mean that all the healthy food that you ate before wasn't important? Did it not count? All those vitamins and minerals, all that health that you've created from that good food, that protein intake, from those healthy days, that walking that you did, does this not count? Because it still does, doesn't it? Because it still does. And then over time, what will happen is you will never become perfect with your diet. I'm not perfect with your diet either. Neither are professional dieters like bodybuilders and professional athletes, people who their career, it literally matters that they eat healthy and they eat specific things. Even they screw it up sometimes. So you shouldn't feel bad if you do too. What will really happen is through practice and through allowing yourself to, yes, eat healthy for a good few days, let's call it, and then you eat unhealthy for a little bit, maybe it's a day, 2, 3 days, and then you just have to breathe out. You have to think, okay, I've done that, and then you reset and you retry. When things go wrong, you've always got a choice. You've got an option. You either continue on or you quit, and it's up to you. And if you quit, then you resign yourself to getting nothing and to slipping and sliding back down to the place where you didn't want to be. That's up to you. Or you can breathe out, reset, retry, readjust, reset, go again. Can't you? You can reset, retry, go again. Each time that you do this, not every time, but as you do this and you go through these cycles of trying to healthy eat, and then you screw it up a little bit, and then you try to healthy eat again, and then you screw it up a little bit, you will get better. It's practicing. It's only foods. It's only eating a few different foods. It's actually possible, and it's well within your power. So will you screw it up again? Yes, but hopefully over a few screw ups, you'll start to screw it up just slightly less each time. And then maybe you'll get back on it a little bit faster, and then maybe you'll stay on your healthy eating plan, not for a good few days, but maybe 4 or 5 days. Maybe you can even get to a week of healthy eating. I don't even know if I do any week of pure healthy eating without eating any junk food, you know? Or maybe your few days of unhealthy eating, maybe you do 3 days of good eating and then 2 days of not good eating, and this is just not allowing your weight to move anywhere. With practice, you won't overeat or eat junk food for 2 days without stopping after 3 days of healthy eating. You'll just get it slightly under control. After a few weeks, maybe it'll just be 1 day of junk food eating or overeating before you're back to it. And then after that, maybe it'll go down to half a day. Maybe you can get it down to 1 meal where you eat healthy for a good few days, and then you have 1 meal where you just indulge a little bit. If you can get it to that point, you've won, because 1 meal is literally no big deal. If you can get it to that point where you can just eat some junk food or overeat just once and then reset and retry and go back to your healthy habits, you will be slim, you will be healthy, you will be happy forever. That'll be fantastic. It doesn't have to be any better than that. If you made the diet any better than that, it'd actually be worse, because it'd be boring, wouldn't it? Anyway, do you think that's enough from me? I do. Thank you so much. Let me know what you think to that study. Let me know what you think to this information. Keep that in mind. When obstacles appear, when there are setbacks, breathe out, reset, retry, readjust, go again. Keep moving forward. Don't win or lose, win or learn. That's the tip. See you soon.